Amazon doesn't call, they have a children's department, which this show comes under, but they just call their shows half-hour shows or hour shows. It's not a comedy, it's not a drama, it's not for kids, it's just a half-hour show or an hour show. So you'll see this isn't like a Disney show, very much not like a Disney show. The characters are, again, it's for children primarily. I would say the age group for this show is 7 to 70. Because the three main characters are young girls, and then there are three grandma-age characters, and one is the actual grandma of one of the other characters, and then her two friends. So we get a lot of, when you read the comments, it's very much become a family show for Amazon, because mothers and grandmothers and families watch it with their kids.
There's no warning to this recipe.
Maybe there's no downside.
If this works, we're gonna find out. The magic has a mind of its own.
That's the other thing I want to say about Amazon was, not only do they want their characters real and not Disney-like, not overblown and crazy, but they want, they call them lo-fi effects. They want lo-fi effects. They don't want fireballs.
1, 2, 3.
There's a cut when they lean over to the, it's just literally a cut. Because we shot all the scene without anybody in there. This might have also been a different, one of those two-day things. And then the next day, they brought all those extras in, dressed in their 65 outfits. And then they just repeated that one thing where they lean over and hand. So the scene where we shot it was one day, and the reverse, where you see the hands come down and then pull back and they're all there, was a different day. And there's actually, pretty amazing, there are two people sitting at the counter that you would have seen behind her when she does it, that slip in when the camera dips down. And then, I mean, they weren't there when they were on her face, and when the camera went down, they actually got into their positions on the counter, and then when he pulled back, they were there. Pretty amazing. Interestingly on this one, because I put in Hang On Sloopy, and everybody loved it, the producers loved it, Amazon said, well, how much is that going to cost? Our music supervisor got a price. Oh, well, we can afford that. Let's put it in there. We put it in, mixed it. Then, apparently the music supervisor didn't get worldwide rights. So, after we mixed it, we had to get a different singer, a sound-alike. They re-recorded it, and we had to remix it and remaster it. So that was a little bit tricky, but they said, don't do that again. I went, hey, everybody approved this. It's like, I didn't do anything wrong.
I'm right here. Kelly, you're invisible. What? No way. Am I gonna stay like this forever? No, the riddle says that this will all break once we find what can't be seen. What if we're wrong? What if we're not looking for something invisible?
Then your parents will have a lot of questions.
But the interesting thing about this clip was, again, the decision on when do we see her and when do we not see her. Because I talked to the director about this, and I went, I don't want to see her at all after she becomes invisible. And he says, yeah, but they shot it both ways. They shot the entire scene with her in it and the entire scene with her not in it. I said, I really don't want to see her. And he goes, I don't think I do either, but let's see it where we kind of mention that she's there and they just can't see her. This went through many iterations. The director's version, producers had a couple of versions. Maybe we need to see her on this shot and not that. This happens in, I don't know, 5, 6 more scenes where she's sometimes there and sometimes not. And then the showrunner finally says, Amazon doesn't want the lead of their show not visible for half the show. It's still as much pressure as a show that airs every week, except the beauty of it is it doesn't air every week. So if something goes wrong, and we have these season-long mystery arcs, and a couple of times we've gotten down to about episode 12, and we go, wait a minute, in episode 6, they said this, and we haven't paid that off yet. So there have been a couple of times that we've had to, luckily, we hadn't delivered the show yet, the series yet, season of shows, and we were able to go back and fix or add something to kind of make sure that the mystery is solved and character arcs are completed. And the writers, I gotta say, I've worked on a lot of shows, and even Stevens was a dream, and Zeke and Luther was pretty good, and this is another dream because the writers spend every day working out these long, okay, this ingredient, magic ingredient does this, here's the positive side of it, here's the negative side of it, when this happens, this triggers this down here, and they've got this whole season of story. So, like I said, 13 episodes long of a story arc. Hats off to the assistant directors and the scheduling people because we've got 3 minors every day, and sometimes they're friends and other people who are minors. There's another little brother who's a minor. But because we have adult actors, they do as best they can to schedule the kids until their day is out, depending on what age they are. They can work 8 hours, 7 hours, 9 hours, whatever their day is. And then at the end of the day, often, where they shoot an adult scene, one of the adults, where they don't involve the kids. Thank you very much, everybody.